Yesterday I told you that I just found out that Hazel was having an affair with someone that she met on a school drop-off. I've got to tell you, that hit me pretty bad. It hit me worse than I ever thought it would, because I kind of felt I was falling out of love with Hazel by the way she was drinking so much, and at night she just fell asleep. Most of the time I would go to bed and leave her downstairs. When I came down in the morning, she was still there. But it hurt a lot. And I tried to find out who it was, because I didn't know, first of all. And I ended up spending a lot of time following her and not really getting anywhere. But one day I decided to find out, and a friend of mine had a van, so you wouldn't recognize it. And I'd follow her early in the morning, which I'd never done before. So we sat outside the house in the van. She came out with her dog, Candy, got in her car and drove off down the road. And we followed down to the bottom of Ashted, turned right over towards Epsom. And I figured she might be going to see her aunt who lived just to the left of the A24. And sure enough, she turned down there. We followed. I thought it was a waste of time because she's going to see her aunt. And we turned off just before then with the intention of turning around and coming back. My friend said to me, "What colour is your dog?" And I said, "It's brown." And he said, "Well, there's a woman with a brown dog walking across the bridge over there." I turned around and looked, and sure enough, it was Hazel. And I didn't know there was a bridge there. So I jumped out of the van and followed her. She was a long way ahead, but I could see which house she went into. So I went down. She went in, closed the door, and I thought, they're both here. So I went and knocked on the door really loudly, and she came to the door. I gave her a bit of a shock. She didn't expect to see me. The first thing she said was, "He's not here." I said, "Well, okay, where is he?" She said, he's gone to his parents for Christmas in Cornwall, or Devon, I think it was. And I said, "Well, what are you doing here then?" She said, "I've come to feed the cats." I said, "Okay." So I barged past her, and she said, "You can't come in." And I said, "Well, I want to have a look around." So I had a look around. I got the lie of the land, small cottage opposite the green, and pleasant sort of place. Came out again. I said, "Okay, well, who is it? Because they're not coming out this house until I know." So she told me, and again I won't mention his name. And I said, "Why? He broke into our house. Why would you have an affair with him?" "I don't know," she said. And that all went on for a while, so I'm not going to bore you with that. So the rest of the story, or more of the story, I'll tell you tomorrow. So again, thanks for listening. See you then.